Okay, so we need to talk about Wesker. So I recently finished watching the Resident Evil movie series. I watched Afterlife like way back in the day when it came out, and for better or worse, I loved it. Obviously, knowing me. But for the first time ever, I watched Retribution and the final chapter. Now, I have a lot to say about the final chapter, but I'll get there eventually, one day. Today, I wanted to talk about Albert Wesker's deaths in the games as compared to the movies, and how drastically different and just absolutely ridiculous they are. Now, sadly, I can't record these locally or anything, like from my own footage. I have to use YouTube videos, so some here and there might be really bad quality, but you know, you'll just have to deal with that. So of course, everyone knows the classic, or I mean, if you're a Resident Evil fan, you know, proposed alleged Wesker death initially in Resident Evil 1, where the Tyrant comes in. There he is, summoned to kill Chris, but of course,
what? Don't come this way! No!
Like how he just, his whole body instantly turns just like the red filter on it. But yeah, that's how he dies there. Allegedly, of course. I mean, when you get to the actual canon later in the games, the extended lore, if you will, of course, he used the virus like beforehand and it didn't actually kill him or whatever bullshit, and it gave him superpowers. But initially, this is how he died. Now jumping to the first Resident Evil movie with an actual, like, story and fight scene with him, Resident Evil Afterlife. Jesus fucking Christ. I actually love Sean Roberts as Wesker, I really do. I recall, I think she set, like, oh no, it's heading towards a mountain and he's like, oh fuck. And survives, they cut the video quick. Then you flash forward to later on in the movie, by the way, his introduction scene, one of my favorites. I love it so much, it's so stupid.
Well, isn't this one big family reunion? Chris and Claire.
I told you I'd be bringing a few friends.
You should have brought more.
That little smile. I love it so much. Anyway. So of course they fight, and it's a recreation of the whole RE5 fight scene, kind of, I guess? Sure? Let me skip ahead to when he actually bites the bullet, if you will. Here's one of the things. He apparently has, like, the Los Plagas or something like that in him. That's how the virus works in this. He is stabbed directly in the head, which he immediately pulls out. By the way, look at that face! He's so mad. Like, what the fuck? Alright, he gets back up, and he unleashes the Plagas with beast noise all attached. He hands her the shotgun, which she shoots him. Literally, his brains flew out. Yeah, you see his brain just fly out, which, by the way, good VFX there. His brain's just out. Or his hair, I'm not sure which. And he's dead, right? He's gone. He should be. But then he gets back up. Yeah, look at that! He actually has no brain in there. Both him and Claire shoot him probably like 50 times. Which already is just so much more ridiculous than his video game death. But that's not all. This one's really laggy. Sorry, Kai Harrison, for the way you stole movies. Yeah, he sees a bomb in it. And he explodes. Okay, I guess they're pointing out this too. You see him parachute out of the helicopter. I like how he just kind of blipped away. Yeah, you see him parachute out the helicopter. So, I want to point out that in the film, he survived being shot in the brain, where he doesn't have any anymore. Stabbed in the head, of course. shot like 50 times, and survived an explosion. That's a lot. Alright, now let's jump to his last RE5 death, at least that I know of. I don't know if there was another one in between there. Like, I don't recall him dying in Code Veronica. You have to let me know in the comments if he did or anything, but I'm pretty sure this is his next one. Which, I'm still of the crowd, the umbrella, if you will, that he did not die, and he's still alive, and he will appear again. Just wait till RE8, maybe. You never know. Anyway, he is literally in a volcano, and as per usual with Resident Evil, they get to the helicopter, in which they grab their rocket launchers. They say something like, "Fuck you, bitch." He's like, "Sukume." And they fire their missiles, which then explode him. Now, I'm still of the crowd of like, okay, if he got hit by missiles in a volcano, is that really gonna do but so much to him if he's already burning alive? But you know, okay, there's a couple issues here, because some he's like, oh, fuck. There's some issues here because first of all, it like phases through his head, but also his head just like curdles. No matter how you slice it, it doesn't look good. Both his head and the missiles just literally disappear. He died in a volcano having been shot by a fucking, no, 2 fucking missiles. Definitively, that we know of, Albert Wesker is dead. Now, I was going to jump straight to the final chapter death scene, but I actually think it's really important to point this out. If I recall, there's like 0 explanation, but basically, he appears again in the next film, Resident Evil Retribution. Alice is so cool. She's really pretty. Anyway, they basically decide to team up. His pants are so tight. Every monster is showing up, and they're all fucked. He's so short. The Bio War. It's really hard to see with the quality of the video, but these are like all zombies. Bird, dragon, beast, shits, and everything. The next film, but basically it starts with them being like, Alice is the only one that survived. Literally everyone else is dead. Leon, I guess, died. Ada died. Everyone except for Wesker, who I guess survived a monster war. So, spoilers for anyone who I guess gives shit about the movie's story, which, once again, I actually loved Resident Evil: The Final Chapter. There's a lot wrong with it that I just want to unpack for hours one day. I loved it. But yeah, spoilers. Basically, they find, like, the original Alice clone or something, which, hey, good makeup, guys, really. I'm trying to remember how it works. It's basically, the fact that this video is, like, really stretched makes him look so funny. It looks like the Joey Wheeler meme. I'm actually going to change the scene because that's kind of scaring me. I don't like that. They basically discovered that, like, she was, like, the original head of Umbrella or something. And that if she, like the automated system with the Red Queen and all that, can't harm you if you're an employee. So basically, Wesker's there with the same old little grin. He fires Wesker.
Albert Wesker, you're fired.
Alright. Okay, so I want to run this down frame by frame. He says you're fired. The automated door, which, by the way, Sean Roberts, thank you for playing Albert Wesker. No one makes expressions quite like you do. The door starts closing, which I want to point out he is not near at all. Not even close to it. He falls over and sticks his foot under it. Destroys it. I also want to ask, what perspective is this at, and why is his other foot here so tiny? Anyway, good tracking there. Oh my god. So we don't have the rest of it, and I can't find it. But that is basically definitively how he dies. He has like a little button that's like has the whole base set to ready to explode, and if he dies, he only lets go of it when he dies. And he's like bleeding the whole time he's on the ground from his mouth. I really wish I could find the scene, but I can't seem to. He died from a fucking door. That wasn't even endangering him. What? This is literally like absolutely one of my favorite scenes of any movie. Can't believe they did this. I really can't believe it. And he has like no substantial scenes in this movie whatsoever. He's not even close to it. I can't get over this. He just falls and sticks his foot under it. He's Albert fucking Wesker. He survived getting his brain blowed out and an explosion and being shot 50 times. What are you doing? What's wrong with you? It's a door. Who is this guy? Who is that?